He said, I'm a billionaire. Billionaires don't wear their money on their body. I tucked my chain and I said, oh, snap.
Because there's a lot of people out here that think just because people are flashing money means that they have money. It's so backwards.
Davis reacts to allegations of Floyd Mayweather being held hostage in Dubai. Tank says he got to pay people that money back. That's coming from, Floyd Mayweather's protege, his former right-hand man, Gervonta Tank Davis. And here,
Dave Chappelle openly addressed the recent financial issues surrounding Floyd Mayweather, pointing out the contradiction between his extravagant lifestyle and the reports of unpaid debts. According to filings, the IRS has placed liens against him totaling more than $22 million related to 2015, along with an additional $7.2 million from 2010. Chappelle's remarks highlight what many see as a clear gap between the wealth Mayweather showcases publicly and the financial responsibilities tied to it.
With sell-off property, you have the ability to liquidate some of your assets. You have the ability to go and get a loan to pay off this tax liability. So we're not buying it. So we'll see if this petition does get approved. It's Floyd Mayweather. It probably will get approved. Seeing as how the event that's going to happen in about 60 days is going to generate more than enough money to pay off that tax liability. So it's great reassurance for the IRS. And this is not the first time that Floyd's been in trouble with the IRS. Back in 2008, he had a $6.17 million lien on his property for taxes that he owed in 2007. Right? And this is just a recurring theme. He's had many other instances. Back in 2011, apparently he owed $3.4 million in taxes that were incurred in 2009.
Dave Chappelle, recognized for his sharp humor, once commented on Floyd Mayweather's approach to finances, implying that his decision-making isn't always the most reliable, particularly when it involves money. Interview 3. Floyd Mayweather Jr. recently stated that he acquired a real estate portfolio worth $42 million, consisting of 62 rental properties in Manhattan. However, official property records in New York City do not reflect any transfer of ownership, raising questions about the accuracy of that claim. On top of that, his company, Vita Properties, hasn't shared clear information about the deal. Because of this lack of transparency, some believe he may have only secured a partial stake or arranged an option for future involvement, rather than completing a full purchase.
Do you think Mayweather should jump into the UFC?
I don't know. I don't know what they're talking about money-wise or where he's at in his life. I'm a boxing fan. I'm not really I don't know anything about UFC.
You're not. Do you think you should kind of stay in his lane, or do you think, maybe to capitalize on the success of the McGregor fight?
I think Floyd made a clean getaway. I think he had a great record and the greatest run in the history of boxing. I don't know whatever makes him happy, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I think he did his thing, bro.
Okay.
Yeah, man, it's good to see you.
You
Sorry
make me
about
happy.
that. Yeah, my man, thank you so much.
Yeah, I appreciate you, man. All right.
Floyd Mayweather's statement about buying 62 apartment buildings in Upper Manhattan for $42 million has been widely questioned, as official property records don't confirm any such ownership transfer. Reports from Business Insider suggest that instead of a full acquisition, he may have only obtained a partial interest in the properties. This uncertainty has led many to doubt the accuracy of his claims and raise further questions about how the deal was actually structured.
Into my lifestyle, showing the people how I live. Now, I know you guys see me on a regular talking about real estate. Well, lately, I purchased 62 apartment buildings in New York City. And what I need you guys to do, slide over and check out the photos. It's not all 62 buildings, it's a few buildings, but guess what? All the buildings belong to me. I don't have no partners. And all the retail down low on my buildings all belong to me.
Mayweather's financial issues aren't limited to real estate concerns. Reports indicate that the IRS has placed liens against him totaling more than $22 million from 2015, along with an additional $7.2 million tied to 2010. Despite these reported obligations, he continues to showcase his wealth publicly, which has drawn increasing criticism and public scrutiny.
Floyd Mayweather Jr. I mean, we all know him, the tremendous, talented boxer, but people don't realize how smart he is in business, especially real estate. He just did a blockbuster deal, forget about it. Upper Manhattan, 1,000 units consisting of 60 buildings, affordable housing, $402 million purchase price. The seller, Black Spruce Management. This is going to be a monster huge deal. Already a very big portion of it already closed. The remaining portion should be closing the beginning of 2025. This is a guy who believes in long-term wealth, generational wealth. He's heavily involved in skyscrapers. Now he's getting very, very big in affordable housing in Upper Manhattan. Tremendous deal. $402 million. Once again, 1,000 units, 60 buildings. Forget about it, Maron. That's what I'm talking about. That's smart. That's generational wealth, in my opinion. Not financial advice, not a financial planner, but very, very impressed. Floyd Mayweather Jr. Not too shabby. V for victory.
Dave Chappelle used his signature humor to comment on Floyd Mayweather's financial situation, pointing out how his flashy lifestyle once drew widespread admiration. He noted that when someone reaches that level of wealth, it naturally brings attention and often involvement from others. According to Chappelle, Mayweather's constant displays of luxury put his personal affairs in the spotlight for everyone to see. Now that financial concerns have surfaced, that same audience remains just as invested, but for entirely different reasons. His remarks highlight the irony of how public fascination can shift from praise to criticism as circumstances change.
Now, this comes amid, rumors of Floyd Mayweather being stuck in Dubai because he owes people money. And, these are coming from trustworthy sources, Gervonta Davis, Floyd Mayweather, people who know about Floyd Mayweather's inner life. But back to TMZ. So they reported Floyd Mayweather was courtside for last night's pivotal Clippers versus Mavericks game. But before money got to the arena, he was handing it out, blessing 3 homeless men with $30K. Now, there are no pictures, there is no video of this happening, but there is an official TMZ article, and TMZ usually gets it right. TMZ also said, we're told Mayweather began talking to the guys and decided he wanted to help, so he busted out his backpack and blessed each guy with 10 racks.
Floyd Mayweather has built an image closely tied to extreme wealth, regularly showcasing luxury cars, high-end items, and extravagant moments across social media. But behind those displays, the situation may not be as polished as it appears. Just because wealth is constantly put on display doesn't always guarantee true financial stability. Over time, signs of financial strain have reportedly surfaced. At one point, he was said to be unable to leave Dubai due to unresolved debts, a situation that suggests a very different reality from the lifestyle he presents. Rather than living a flawless dream, it paints a picture of someone dealing with the consequences of past decisions.
Happens, and I've seen these kinds of things play out in front of me.
Okay. When you say you heard the stories, what do you mean? What stories?
I mean, you see it before. Look, Mariah Carey made a $100 million deal, and 3 months later, she's all of a sudden mysteriously crazy. Or Martin Lawrence punches through, and he's waving a gun on the street screaming, "They're trying to kill me."
Yeah, we hear those stories.
And it always happens around the time in their career where it seems as though they're crossing over the next plateau.
Yeah. Would you say you lost your mind, sort of?
No, not exactly.
Okay.
I wasn't crazy, but it's incredibly stressful.
Yeah.
And I felt like in a lot of instances, I was deliberately being put through stress because, when you're a guy that generates money, people have a vested interest in controlling.
Yeah.
Rapper 50 Cent has openly criticized Floyd over what he describes as questionable financial conduct. He alleged that he was never repaid around $2 million after stepping in to handle business matters, while Floyd was serving time. According to him, once Floyd was released, he distanced himself from the arrangement and denied any knowledge of it, leaving 50 Cent feeling taken advantage of. This situation adds to the ongoing narrative surrounding Floyd's financial controversies, suggesting a pattern that continues to draw public attention.
He owes a bunch of gambling debts. Floyd, okay? And he tried to plant fake news out here saying that he was in downtown LA giving out money, and then he was at the, the basketball game. This is Floyd in Dubai. Yeah, Because there's a lot of people out here that think just because people are flashing money means that they have money. It's so backwards. You just don't understand how backwards it is, okay? Because when you earn it, like I said, you don't want nobody to know you got it. But here's the thing, if Floyd had money, don't you think the money would have already been transferred there? If Floyd had money, don't you think the money would have already been transferred there?
Joe Rogan offers his take on Floyd's rise to fame, suggesting that his popularity wasn't driven solely by admiration for his boxing ability, especially when compared to someone like Mike Tyson. Instead, he argued that a large part of the attention came from people tuning in with the hope of seeing him lose. According to this perspective, Floyd's controversial image and the strong reactions he provoked played a major role in building his notoriety. It wasn't just respect for his skills. It was also the public's desire to see him challenged that kept the spotlight on him. This view adds another layer to the ongoing discussion around his fame and the image he has created over time.
We brought them over. I brought him over while Floyd was, still incarcerated. Then he comes home. There's the Let's Get Floyd Back in Pocket campaign that goes on, where, it's $300,000 chains being bought and buying the new Lamborghini and all these new things. And I'm sitting there going, yo, when you gonna give me the money?
Because you had already invested.
Yeah.
Right, like when you gonna give me your half of the money back. But I ain't trying to press him because he just got out of jail, right? So it's like, let him cool his heels before you.
Was that in the millions?
Yeah.
Okay.
So you sitting there big, and I'm like, yo, so when... But see, the fighters are an asset in themselves. They are that talent, regardless. Right. So I'm looking at him going, so there ain't no pressure there, but I'm saying, when is he gonna say he wants to, to give me the other half of it? Why I gotta ask you for it?
Right.
And then when
are we talking over $2 million?
It's about that.
Oh, okay.
At that point, it was, invested in.
All right.
So look, he goes, when he finally does bring up the actual, the situation, he acted like he didn't know anything. Like, I didn't tell y'all to do that. I didn't tell you to do that.
Oh, man.
And I'm looking at him, and he looked in my face and he told me to do that.
Floyd has repeatedly stated that he brings in around $3 million each month, even comparing his success to figures like Bill Gates. While those claims may sound impressive to some, analysts who understand how boxing earnings typically work have expressed doubts. Famous for his lavish lifestyle, Mayweather has carefully crafted an image centered on immense wealth. However, away from the spotlight, some of his financial choices have sparked concern and ongoing debate.
And one of the reasons why people watch him fight is not because he's like Mike Tyson, just goes out and destroys people. They like watching him fight because they hate him. Because he talks so much shit, and he's like, look at my $1 million watch, look at my jet, look at my house, look at this. He's like constantly showing you all these things that he has. Like, he'll lay out watches in a hotel bed, like, this is $1 million worth of watches, this watch goes for $2 million, and they're like, this is my small watch that I take sometimes, but when I'll show you, when I'll show up, I bring out the big boy, and it brings out this watch that's covered in diamonds. It's like $5 million. And so you hate him.
Before fully embracing the Money Mayweather image, Floyd was reportedly struggling with serious financial problems. At one point, he faced the possibility of jail time over unpaid taxes and reportedly borrowed $2 million in an effort to resolve the issue. These past events continue to influence how the public views his financial habits. While Floyd presents himself as a savvy businessman, many see a pattern of prioritizing immediate gains over sustainable, long-term stability.
Imagine working for someone whose whole persona is money, 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 and you don't get paid. Well, that's exactly what it is for employees of Floyd Mayweather. Employees of his Los Angeles gym accused Floyd Mayweather of bankruptcy after failing to pay them. I mean, he's still buying stuff. Portfolio valued at $10 billion, including 18 office buildings spanning. I mean, he can do all this, but he can't pay his employees' salaries. $10 billion portfolio, 18 office buildings spanning 10 million square feet. Like, what? Another deal he finalized with a 20 million property in Manhattan. financial troubles. Despite these high-profile purchases, allegations of unpaid wages at Mayweather's Los Angeles gym have sparked significant backlash. Employees claim that they haven't received paychecks, prompting a public protest outside the facility on Highland Avenue. One protester held a sign accusing Mayweather of modern-day slavery, while another noted that the money team has no money. Even if you work for a different company and if you ain't getting paid, you're scared to show up and say something because you know how businesses do. They silence you and they fire you. The employees alleged violations of California Labor Code 210, which mandates penalties for late wages. First-time violations can include fines between 100 to 200 and unpaid wages beyond the 30 days entitled work to a full day pay for every day delayed. That is crazy. Money team ain't got no money. Apparently it's not the first time too. They had one in Elk Grove and it closed down because the landlord sued for a non-payment of $30,000 in rent. Now the LA gym facing closure. Employees are questioning whether Mayweather himself is aware of the financial.
Jeff Mayweather, Floyd's uncle and former trainer, has openly questioned some of his nephew's financial choices. He described Floyd's approach to buying properties and investing in different ventures as unpredictable and somewhat erratic.
Canelo once again at 160, okay, 100 pounds, 160 pounds, call out Canelo and do the rematch, and that's it.
You think he's talking this trash because he wants a rematch? Do you think he actually wants
Absolutely.
You think he wants a rematch?
Look, another reason why he's crawled out of his rock, he needs money.
You think he needs money?
Absolutely.
He's always flossing.
It's absolutely, he needs money.
You think he's going
Once
broke?
Again, come on. Fighters like that always go broke.
He's always spending, so I guess.
Absolutely. Look, he's not fighting anymore, so that big money's not coming in. Look at what happened to Mike Tyson. He made what, $500 million?
Right.
You think you can't spend $500 million overnight? Absolutely.
You can't.
I doubt he'll ever step into that ring. Floyd's a big freaking.
He called Canelo the easiest win of his career.
Yeah, because he was 21 years old.
Right.
Of course. If I fought Ryan Garcia, who's 19 years old, what am I gonna do? I'm gonna beat him easy because of my experience.
So fight him in his prime, he goes down, you think?
Easy.
What's your message to Floyd?
Floyd, stay under your rock, dude.
you think Canelo's gonna out-earn him eventually? You think he'll make more money than Floyd?
By far. Canelo's 28 years old.
Right.
And he's already made, what, $500 million?
Right.
Easy.
Hey, you're the man, Golden Boy.
Floyd Mayweather has built a reputation for showing off his wealth, frequently posting pictures of luxury cars, watches, and other high-end items on social media. While these displays highlight his success, they also raise questions about whether such an extravagant lifestyle is truly sustainable. Floyd has admitted that much of his business approach involves high-risk investments aimed at generating big returns. He often chooses ventures that others might not fully grasp, seeing the strategy as a way to innovate and stay ahead in the financial game.
50, aka Ferrari F50. So 50's obviously going to take any chance that he can to troll Floyd Mayweather. And I don't know how accurate or true this is. 50 said it was true and then removed it off his Instagram like he sometimes does. He'll chime in on things and then remove it. But luckily for me, I know that he does that, so I screenshot everything that he posts. Just because, you know, he'll remove it and then it's hard to find it. I'm like, damn, it was up there. So just for like podcasts and just research purposes, I always screenshot them, have it on my phone. That way if it's removed, you know, it's like, hey, you know, he did post this. So what am I talking about? Let's go over this. 50 Cent has weighed in on a shocking claim in the ongoing spat between Floyd Mayweather and Gervonta Davis, saying he believes a belief that has allowed him to get in some digs of his own.
Floyd has always emphasized his independence, handling deals and finances without outside guidance. While this strategy served him well in the ring, it hasn't always produced the same success in business ventures. Even aware of the potential risks, he continues to live extravagantly, unlike some other fighters who face financial ruin after similar paths. This combination of lavish spending and questionable financial choices paints a concerning picture of how he manages his wealth.
Floyd, you seem really comfortable talking about money. A lot of people in the UK are not. So what are your beliefs around money?
Just because I talk about money doesn't make me a bad person. I mean, I like to have the finer things in life. Money don't make me, I make money. I like to feed my family. You know, we can't feed our family just saying I love you. You know, money is able to put us in a position so we can have the finer things in life. So we are able to travel over to the UK and experience to do different things. We're able to travel to Dubai and other countries and have fun and live life and experience different things. So when you're able to make a lot of money, you're able to do those certain things. And for those people that don't have any money, because life is all about having different experiences. And with me being able to make a lot of money, I'm able to bring my team as well as my family around the world so they can experience different things.
Something you said earlier, Floyd, it really fascinated me, and it gave me an insight that you really learned about money. Is you said in real estate, you got to know what to do on a small scale first.
Yes. And
then you went big. And is that because you don't want to take massive risk because you want to be smart with your money?
Well, like, you don't go out there and work extremely hard for so many years and then take every dime you got and just put it into something that you don't know about.
Well, a lot of people do, don't they? I mean,
and a majority of the time you get bad results. 90% of the time you get bad results. Just like boxing.
Even after retiring from professional boxing, Floyd has kept himself active in the ring through exhibition fights. While championships are no longer on the line, these matches offer significant paydays. The potential for a rematch with Conor McGregor represents the ultimate payday, attracting massive attention and enormous financial gain. Floyd's continued pursuit of money, even in retirement, highlights his ongoing drive for wealth and the recognition that comes with it.
What would be the value in seeing it a second time? The first one wasn't bad, but the whole thing was this notion of suspense and unpredictability, and what would it be? Well, you got to see what it was. He got marched down and beaten up.
Yeah, it seems like Floyd might realize within himself that that's the last giant money fight he can make. It would have to be as close to a real fight as possible. I mean, it's a Conor who can still throw his hands, although to your point, the brand is damaged and, you know, he needs a win badly in the UFC to revive that. But I wonder if Floyd at 45 is saying to himself, if I've got to fight one more time, a real fight, and that Logan fight was weird, and Floyd, I think, didn't expect to have to navigate it the way he did. I wonder if Floyd thinks this is it. But even that could be a trap fight for him, Luke, because of his age. You never know, okay? But to your point, it's hard to get amped up for it unless one or both of them is sort of riding a certain level of momentum.
That wraps up today's video. Make sure to stay tuned for more, and we'll see you next time.